How Junior Met Swifty. Directed by Aaron Woodley, Steve Young, John Crickfalusi, Bob Camp, and Chris Sanders. ACT 1, The Runaway. Ext. TAIGASVILLE, Day. Flashback, narration. We see TAIGASVILLE, a snow-covered town. Swifty the Arctic fox stands before Magda the caribou, who looks furious. Narrator. VO. The story tells of Swifty the Arctic fox, who is suspended from his job in Tigersville by Magda the caribou for lying about a promotion. Swifty, looking distraught, packs a small bag and runs away into the distance. Narrator. VO. Distraught, Swifty flees to St. Louis, Missouri, eventually settling in Portland Lake Estates to live in isolation. Ext. Portland Lake Estates, bushes, day. Swifty peeks out from a thick set of backyard bushes. Nearby, loud music plays from a Barbie-themed birthday party. Kids are laughing. Swifty looks tempted to join, but a scowl crosses his face as he remembers Magda. He pulls back into the bushes and curls up to sleep. Narrator. VO. His solitude is interrupted by the sounds of a Barbie-themed birthday party nearby. Though tempted to join, his lingering resentment toward Magda leads him to hide and sleep in the backyard bushes instead. ACT 2, The Meeting and the Search. Ext. Portland Lake Estates, backyard, day. Junior, Marion, a young kid with wild, spiky black hair, walks away from the party looking overwhelmed. He sighs and sits down on the grass to relax. Suddenly, he notices a large, fluffy, mysterious white tail poking out from the bushes. Junior, VO. I was walking away from a party, because it was too loud, and decided to sit down and relax. Suddenly, I spotted a mysterious, bushy white tail. It looked just like the husky I've wanted for 4 years. Junior reaches out and grabs the tail. The bushes erupt. Swifty lunges out into the open, completely startled and furious. He lets out a loud, piercing scream that sounds exactly like a wailing siren. He immediately reaches forward, aggressively grabs hold of Junior's shirt, and pulls him close as his eyes flare with rage. Swifty, yelling, "Don't do that again!" Junior, startled, backing away, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. My name is Marion, but my friends call me Junior. What brought you all the way out here?" Swifty's anger softens into sadness. He lets go of the shirt, sits down, and begins to explain his plight. Junior, VO. I quickly apologized and introduced myself. I asked him what brought him here, and Swifty explained everything that happened back in Tigersville. To cheer him up, I introduced him to my family and let him rest in my bed. Ext. Missouri Highway, day. Meanwhile, an Arctic delivery blast service truck rumbles down a rural Missouri highway. Inside, Jade sits in the passenger seat staring intently at a tracking device displaying a blinking digital map. PB is behind the wheel, looking anxious, while Lemmy peers out the window from the back. Lemmy, are we getting any closer, Jade? Jade, the signal shows he's somewhere near St. Louis. We have to find him so we can get his job back at the Arctic delivery blast service after what Magda did. Suddenly, PB slams on the brakes. The tires screech. Directly in the middle of the road, a large timber rattlesnake coiled tightly on the warm asphalt hisses violently, blocking their path. From the tree line beside the ditch, a large, aggressive feral boar emerges, stomping the ground threateningly. PB, panicking, "Whoa! Look out! The wildlife out here is definitely not like back home." Lemmy, pointing out the other side, "Is that a mountain lion in the brush?" Jade tries to keep her focus on the scanner, but the sudden chaos and the dangerous animals surrounding the vehicle completely distract the trio, forcing PB to carefully maneuver the truck backward to find a safer route around the hazard. Junior, VO, meanwhile, back in Tigersville, PB, Lemmy, and Jade are all worried because Swifty is missing. They haven't been showing up to work. Magda fired him over an incident at his job, but she now feels ashamed of her actions, prompting a plan to get Swifty his job back. Later that night, me and Swifty became friends and hung out together before going to bed at 7:30 p.m. ACT 3, The Track and the Flashback. Ext. School track and field, day. Junior and Swifty are running a race down the track lane. Junior takes the lead, but suddenly, Swifty darts forward and tackles Junior onto the grass. Swifty stands over Junior with a smug smirk on his face. Swifty, and that's for touching my tail. Nearby, up on the metal bleachers, Michael is bothering Jeremiah. Jeremiah grows furious and brings his foot down with a massive stomp. The loud, metallic clang echoes across the field as he bangs on the metal structure. Swifty freezes. His eyes go wide with terror as the rhythmic, booming sound triggers a sudden, vivid memory. Flashback sequence, Ext. TAIGASVILLE, day, memory, the ground of the Arctic village shakes violently. Snow avalanches down the mountains and buildings sway dangerously. The entire town is thrown into chaos due to the constant, villainous mechanical schemes of the mad engineer, Otto von Walrus, whose massive machinery rumbles beneath the surface. Swifty covers his ears, panicking as the mechanical tremors rip through the village. End of flashback, Ext. School track and field, day. Swifty is snapped back to reality, trembling in fear from the memory of Tigersville shaking, brought on by Jeremiah banging and stomping on the bleachers. ACT4, the tour and the farewell. Ext. Fluorescent, day. Junior and Swifty walk through the city. Junior points enthusiastically to a massive strip of fast food joints. Junior, VO, later after we got home, I introduced my family to Swifty. Later I took him on a tour around Fluorescent. First, I introduced my favorite restaurants in the whole city. A rapid montage flashes by, Swifty standing outside Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers. Swifty eating at Burger King. Swifty trying McDonald's famous barbecue. Swifty drinking a shake at Dairy Queen. Swifty holding a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Swifty sitting on a rocking chair at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Swifty grabbing a slice at Pizza Ranch, home of the Pizza Lovers Pizza. Swifty at the buffet line at Golden Apple Buffet. Junior, VO, and also, I take Swifty on a neighborhood tour so he will know what address he will deliver. Int. High School, MS. Edward's Room, day. A celebration is taking place in a classroom. Banners are up. Junior is holding an application form for an interview at McAllister's Deli. Swifty is overjoyed, running up to Junior and giving him a massive, tight hug. Swifty, smiling proudly, one day you're gonna be just like me. Int. Junior's house. NIGHT. The mood shifts instantly. The family is gathered around a birthday cake for Junior's uncle. The room is dim. The laughter sounds forced and empty. In the corner of the room, standing completely in the shadows, are Jade, PB, and Lemmy, having finally completed their journey. They look downcast. Swifty stands near them, his head bowed, his spirit completely broken. Magda the caribou steps out of the dark, tears streaming down her face. Magda, whispering, I am so sorry, Swifty. A heavy, suffocating silence falls over the entire room. Swifty doesn't say a word. His heart is weighted by unspoken sorrows, and his eyes blur with tears. Slowly, Swifty turns his back on the warmth of the room and the family. He walks out the door into the cold night. Narrator, VO, with a heart weighted by unspoken sorrows and eyes blurred by a veil of salt, Swifty turned away from the warmth of the room. He began the long, lonely walk back home to Tigersville, leaving behind nothing but the cold echo of a goodbye and the fading memory of a dream that would never be. Swifty walks down the dark, empty road alone as the screen fades to black.